Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications for our upcoming videos and episodes. Thank you and enjoy the show.
All right, all right. We are now on what today is. What is today?
It's Redline Thursday. It's Redline Thursday. What's going on, people? It's my favorite day of the week, and I hope it is yours. It is Redline Thursday. So, what is Redline Thursday? It is the Redline Podcast, and we are here. Clap it up one time. Clap it up one time. That you have decided to join the best podcast in Chicago, in the Midwest, in the whole entire United States of America, and maybe even the world. So, thank you for joining us today.
Man, man, what we got? I'm so excited for today. Today we got a wonderful subject for us today to talk about, just to give a little joy in your spirit, joy in your heart, and everything. So, Charnel, let them know what we talking about up in here.
Okay, people. Everybody, welcome to the Redline Podcast, hosted by myself, Nelly Swag09, and my co-host right there, Queen Alexis, right here on TalkShoeRadio.com, 717-734-6904, show ID 511-6519. And we're back again. Doors are now closing. Please take a seat. Hold on tight as the train pulls from Howard, headed south to 95th. We got another hot one for you. On today's episode of the Redline Podcast, we talk about Black girl magic and Black boy joy, and how it's important that as a community and culture, we see positive, inspiring, and overall happy images of ourselves in media, movies, televisions, books, and social media, and so much more. But before we get down to it, we didn't have this segment last week because nothing was really funny or fun, and we had to really tackle some baggage and some issues. But guess what, people? Oh, this week, it's back. And she's back with your favorite segment. And I know mine's highly anticipated, never underrated. And sometimes some people hate it, but you got to love it. So come on, people, no matter where you are or where you at, whether you at the crib, in the car, working, chilling, working out, or doing whatever. So I need everybody to say it with me very proudly and in a unified choir fashion. Sopranos, altos, bass, everybody. Say it with me in one harmony. Loose
Loose square,
squares, loose squares,
square,
and
and line.
loud. Brought to you by our very own Queen Alexis. So, Queen, since you back after taking last week off, what is your loose squares and loud for this week? Go ahead and tell the passengers as they ride this train. Go on, tell the people.
Man, tonight I just want to be kind of nostalgic a little bit because we ain't get to have our loose squares and loud because of last week and everything, because it was just too damn much. But this week we're gonna be talking about something that just give us some joy, give us some peace, give us some happiness, love and happiness up in here. And I just made just thought back in my mind, even though we didn't have quite a summer, but it reminded me of the summers that we had growing up. I'm a 90s baby and everything, but growing up, and it was summer, and after school was over, because one, especially around my neighborhood, you hear them damn phone cords hitting the pavement like tap dancing, like people outside tap dancing. You hear it up in the parking lot. You hear it on the sidewalk. It was like a double dutch competition. You got girls out there girls out there jumping for their life. Even the girls that have big boobs like me, holding on to their titties and still trying to do all the tricks and everything and not get a black eye. Look at God, won't he do it? Yes, won't he do it? And, or you see the guys out up in the basketball courts, playing basketball 1-on-1, 4-on-4, and everything. They Michael Jordan or LeBron James or anybody, knowing they can't do none of that, but they still try. It's just so wonderful, yeah. Or you see people out with they bikes or they roller skates or they skateboard and rolling up and down the sidewalks and everything. And it was just beautiful, 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 beautiful. And most definitely the water gun fight, the super soaker fights. Oh, they was crucial. And if you didn't have a super soaker, you had a pot, a bucket, a bowl, a cup, a wagon. Some of them had just whole big coolers. And I lived in an apartment complex where we got like 2 floors or 3 floors. I remember some of them up in the 3-floor buildings be up on the 3rd floor with a big ass cooler of ice cold water that they've been waiting on people to come around their apartment building so they can splash it on them like it's motherfucking Six Flags Great America um water rapids and everything. Man, it just bring it back. I wish we could just bring back a little bit of that joy, a little bit of that peace, a little bit of that love, a little bit of that everything. Hell, even thinking about you before it was MTV was around, but before there was BET 106 and Park, we had the box that you call in and order your favorite video and everything. And I done got my ass whooped a couple of times for that, but damn it, I enjoyed my video and everything. So with that being said, y'all continue to love on each other and remember when everything was good, when everything was simple, when everything was cool, you ain't had no bullshit, you ain't had no drama, and if it was bullshit and drama, you ain't know shit about it. And with that being said, that's the end of my loose squares allowed. I am out.
Yeah, yeah, I remember those days. Like the box, I remember trying to catch Bone Thugs and Harmony Crossroads video on the box. Like that was some serious stuff. As well as if you didn't have a super soaker, you was poor. Like that was your way of feeling like you was above everybody else. Especially when you found out super soaker was invented by a black man. Oh, you had to have one. I had the orange
Man,
and green one. And if you had the one that had the battery pack with water, like the book bag, oh, you was rich. Oh,
man,
your
you
daddy
was
sold
suffering.
drugs. They were, you was the drug dealers' kids. And I'm just saying, it's in the community. We know, we knew. Like little Johnny got that because Big Johnny out there slinging that rock. But I'm just saying. So today we are talking about Black Boy Joy and Black Girl Magic. So I know some of y'all have seen the hashtag on Facebook, Instagram, on social media, or you maybe even heard of it. But what is it? For years and years, we sometimes as black people carry so much weight on a day-to-day basis that sometimes we don't know how to be joyful. A lot of us grow up fast in the black community, not because we want to, but because we have to. So a lot of times our childhood is not really a childhood at all. So the things that other ethnic groups might take for granted, we can't, because a lot of the times we get thrown in adult situations as being young. So why is it important to have joy? Because joy is good for the soul. Joy is something, and black joy is a little different. I'm gonna tell you why black joy is different. Because black joy, we all understand on another level, and it's a different level because we all kind of share things in common. Like black joy for us, sometimes for our parents, it might be waking up on a Saturday morning and you hearing Sade and Al Green as they about to cook and clean. And you know if you hear that music blasting on Saturday, you like, shit, I gotta get up. Mama gonna have me clean. And she done been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. Or Black Joy back in the day on Saturdays when you had to do all your joy chores just to make sure you was able to catch Soul Train. Oh yeah, that was Black Joy. Cause you was excited. You was like, oh, Soul Train coming on. Soul Train coming on. Black Joy for me was coming from after school and watching Rap City and seeing who's gonna be in the booth that day. Or seeing who's gonna be the number one video on 106 in Park. That was Black Joy. So Black Joy is important. And people's like, joy is joy. Like, yes, that's true. We all have common things. We find joy in birth. We find joy in love. But we find joy in being around family and friends. But Black joy, we sometimes get so hit over the head with so much trauma. And when so many things go down, it's like, man, we just need a release. And if this year hasn't shown you, we as Black people don't experience enough Black joy. We have black drama. We have Black trauma and drama and all of it. So when we get joy, we need to have joy. And what's that song? I got joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Okay, that like we need that. We need it and we got to have it. So, Queen Alexis, as somebody, like you said, who you were so nostalgic in your commentation about the 90s and about growing up, like, what is Black joy to you? What is the Black joyful experience?
Well, I'm a contrary to popular belief. I know this gonna sound real shocking. I grew up in a very, very strict and well, yeah, strict and saved home, Christian saved home. So yeah, I know the Lord. So Saturday
A little bit.
morning, Saturday mornings for me, like while everybody was getting up to Nita Baker and Al Green and everything, my mama was playing. Well, she played B103. I woke up to that too, and she was playing all the gospel songs. But for me, waking growing up in the '90s, and I'm a church girl, the '90s was the best for all the gospel songs too. We had Kirk Franklin, we had Hezekiah Walker, Fred Hammond, and
Facts.
me and my brother was up in the youth choir and everything. So sure, we was banging with it. It wasn't no oh Lord, no hymns or nothing. We had the Clark sisters out that time. We had all kinds of music and everything. And yep, for me, it was either hearing Mama playing the Clark sisters. I expect a miracle, the remix, not the original, and the smell of pine song. And it was like immediately, but like yeah, we about to get up. And the only reason why I'm smelling the pine song because it's on the walls. I already knew. But having a good time, just no worries, no cares, man. We up here just just moving and banging. We usually either for me and my family, it's church, school, and home and everything. So if we ain't at school, we at home or we at church and we at rehearsals and everything, learning songs. My mama was on the praise thing, and that's how I ended up learning how to sing in parts. Cause shoot, we pretty much helped her rehearse for her songs and everything and stuff. But just man, think
And
back
that was Black
on it.
joy.
That
That
was
was
Black
Black
Joy.
joy.
Getting up on
That was
Saturday
Black
morning
joy.
for look, getting up on Saturday morning for your Saturday morning cartoons with Pepper Ann and Doug and Looney Tunes and
Oh yes. Oh
man,
yes.
woo,
Yes. I would
recess,
get up on
man,
I would get up on Saturday morning, get me some Captain Crunch and watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and just be so happy. Just be so
man,
happy. And don't forget about Thundercat and don't
man,
forget about Legends of the Hidden Temple. Like it
or
was real.
Mummies Alive. What else? Mummies Alive, Gargoyles, Animaniacs, or ooh, I'm listening, looking at it and like, ooh, what's this one? This one, Pinky and the Brain. Oh man, all of that.
Yes,
Or
yes.
Or
Ren
remember,
and Stimpy. It was
man, or remember school lunches, everybody couldn't wait. Everybody couldn't wait till Fridays, because what Friday is? It is
Pizza
that square pizza day,
Day.
baby. The
That
ones in the
square
red,
pizza.
the one in the red or the orange box. Man,
But
man,
do you know, when you think about it, elementary schools was really serving us pizza and milk. Like, we really had that combination going on. Like, come on.
pretty much.
But but it didn't matter. We was happy, and we also got hype if we had a field trip, and you know you was paid if you want brown paper bagging it, and you had a lunchable. Oh, your parents had money. You got the lunchable. Oh, so those things are so nostalgic, so joyful. And speaking of nostalgic and joy, this past Monday on August 31st, I received so much joy for like 3 hours with the Brandy and Monica verses.
And it
And I
was
know
worth
a lot
it.
of and it was 3 hours. I saw people online talking about, oh, how long they gonna go. I was like, let them go forever. I don't care. And to be honest with you, it was 3 hours of pure joy. I wasn't thinking about it. Was black girl magic. Brandy and Monica brought black girl magic to our computer screens, to our phones. I had it on my TV, and I was turning had it turned up loud, and it was the best display of nostalgic and all that. People's like, how can you get excited about like a virtual thing? They're just sitting there playing their songs, talking about it. But listening to the backstories, listening to each of them react to their songs, each other's songs, listen to the low key shade and passive aggressiveness was beautiful too. Because here's my thing: all of us have that relationship with somebody that you like. Brandy and Monica remind me of two friends who went to the same high school together. They got compared their whole life to one another. And one got one thing and the other got another thing, but they both kind of do the same thing very well, except one can do something one way well and the other one can do the other thing well. And it's like it's just the tension that everybody else placed upon them. They fell into it, but they know that everybody else did it. So it's like, I could talk about you, but if somebody else talks about you, we gonna fight. But this past Monday was like the best experience of my life, and I ain't gonna front. I love me some Brandy, but I was Team Monica because I love Monica's music. I've loved her music since it's just one of them days. But I'm not even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna front. If you was keeping score, I ain't gonna lie. When Brandy played "Put That on Everything," it was a wrap. Like she like like when she put that on everything, that song is the most beautiful. Her tone, everything about that song was just hidden for me. Everything. And then when she played "Impossible," it's impossible. Like when she mixed it and with the Moesha
Brilliant.
theme song, I was just like, Monica, I love you, but that sealed it for me. Like "Impossible," I was like, okay, but I ain't go front. When Monica pulled out the sideline hole out her bag, I was like, oh, I, I I forgot about that one. But when Brandy played "Put That on Everything," it was just who it took. It's that song takes you to a place. It takes you somewhere. If you were in love, that's how you hope to feel about that person. And if you not in love, you like, Lord, what do I have to do to get there and feel those feelings? But man, this past Monday, it was the reactions on social media, the memes, the everything, the seeing other celebrities in the comments bug out, them having that joy, and everybody's like, "How can a virtual event make you feel so good?" I was like, "Because it just can." We needed it, and it was like a release of all things pent up. And for 3 hours, just having their interaction, just seeing the the two women that I grew up with, listening to their music and making me want to, like, I already had Brandy and Monica in rotation, but I ain't gonna lie, it made me just want to dig deeper and deeper in their catalog and be like, they didn't play this, they didn't play this, they didn't play this. Like, their bags are so deep. They could have went on for another 2 hours, to be honest, because there's some songs that neither one of them touch that they could have pulled out the bag. So, but like, real talk, it was the best thing I needed, and that Black Girl Magic was powerful, and the culture, like the numbers that they did. Like, if you go on iTunes right now and see that it's either a Brandy or Monica album in the top 20. You go to Apple Music, like the top 30 R&B songs are either Brandy or Monica songs. So, for one, black girls, black women, we can do numbers. Everybody saying that we can't do numbers, we do numbers. Secondly, songwriters. That means we like real R&B. That means we connect to real singers, like people who actually
Dead,
have voice and tone and vocal range.
dead ass.
Like, that's what, to me, that's what it showed you. Cause here's my analysis, and I'm gonna let Queen Alexis have it. Brandy has the best tone in the game. Best
Yes,
tone.
she does. Yes, she does.
Best tone. Best tone in the game. Like, best. Like, I don't like, I know her vocal acrobats, because it's not really like a whole lot of, like, Brandy doesn't have like a whole bunch of runs where you like she's screaming and hollering. It's like her tone mixed with the fact that she can like harmonize is so beautiful. So, for one, Brandy got the best tone in the game. Secondly, Monica is so damn relatable. It's like her songs are like, you've been so gone where you wanted to kick down the door and smack a chick. Like,
Yes, she is.
every time you hear Missy say "New Monica," you knew, oh, this shit finna be this finna be a banger. So, they both bring something so different, but they both, hear me out, people. Especially for all you saying, "Oh, R&B ain't dead." I'm not saying it's dead, but I'm saying it's on life support. I would say this: Brandy and Monica are actual real singers. Like, when the music cut and Brandy was doing her runs, when the music cut and Monica started singing, and it sounded like the record. And these women recorded a lot of these songs when they were 15 and 12 years old. And they were singing that mature and grown. That goes to show you that a lot of y'all either ain't hit puberty or y'all just can't sing. And it was just all auto tune. But yeah, this past this past Monday was just everything to me. Like, everything. What about you, Queen?
Well. First of all, I want to disagree on one thing. You said that once Brandy put it on everything, it was a rap. No, it was a
For
rap
me, for
after.
me.
Go ahead. Yeah, okay, for me, when she did I Wanna Be Down, the original version, and then mixed in Queen Latifah's verse. As soon as I heard about Yay Short, about Yay
About
Tall,
yay small,
about this
about
big,
so big, about this
about
small,
this
about
big,
this
about
flow,
this big,
about this
about
width,
this height.
about this but
I
yeah,
was
yes,
like, yes!
yes. I will say that. But that
It,
yeah,
it,
like
it
that.
it did it for me. It did it
I
for me.
know,
Well, I was Team Brandy all the way. All the
of
way.
course,
Team
of
Brandy. For the
course.
simple fact, yeah, she can sing better. She got better tone, she got better range. Um to me, Monica and no shade. Okay, yeah, it is. I'm admit it's gonna be shade. To me, Monica still sound like she up in her throat and everything, but she has some hits. I'm mad okay. She did first night, but I'm mad she ain't do Street Symphony. Since you want to
Yeah,
talk about C Murder up in here and bring up C Murder, you might as well go ahead and play Street Symphony, the song that you was talking about him being in the streets. I'm just saying, but no shade,
I
no shade,
I
no
I I
shade.
I feel, you know what? Honestly, it was the best. It was the best thing because we didn't even have to have this battle. And it also goes to show that black women, we can, when we're about getting a bag, we could put a lot of stuff to the side. When we're about
Mm-hmm.
trying to get a bag, we could put a lot of stuff to the side. And it also is like, it's also to me, like you're right, like Monica, to me, her voice, I feel you. Like sometimes you feel like she strains a little bit, and Brandy has tone, but to me, that hits, their bags, the way that they can dip into some things, the way that they can do some things. Like we literally, like I literally had my whole childhood and my teenage years flash before my eyes. Like it really did.
Yes,
Like from the time,
yes.
like from the time I was a teenager to the time probably at least about a few years ago. Like so my whole childhood, teenage, early adulthood. And what's crazy is we was rocking to these songs as kids, and as adults they mean so many different things now because we've been through those things. Like
Hell
when
yeah.
when Brandy play Almost Doesn't Count, it was I love that song, and I love Have You Ever. But when you actually, have you ever, like when Monica said have you ever, because I have, like you know what she meant by that. Like you have, like when you got grown, like when Brandy played When You Touch Me, you know what she mean by you touch me. So,
You know,
and
you know.
yeah, like when Monica said, when Monica said, so gone, you actually understood, like those emotions are real. Like that's the, like when you say it's just one of them days, like you understand what she mean by that means get out my face, you pissing me off. But I love you,
Okay.
but you just gotta understand it's just one of those, okay? And
Try back
I'm
tomorrow.
tie back because it's today. It's one of those things, one of those
Mhm.
days.
But
Like,
look,
like,
Chanel, look,
but
but
yeah,
look, Chanel, this is the thing for us. This, I'm glad you brought up like how music and media will bring you understand it now. Let me give you a prime example. So I finally got on Hulu. I got it on my smart TV, and I'm going through the app, and I find Living Single, and I was
oh
like,
man,
watch Living Single. When I tell you some of them episodes, I told my mama, I said, see, this is strange. Now, when you can relate to these episodes, oh, when you can relate and understand the sexual tension between Max and Kyle, when you understand why Khadijah couldn't let Scooter go, and
yeah,
when you understand why Regine just want a man with a bag, you understand it quite well. I'm like,
you do.
damn, damn, you've been there, you've done that. But shout out to the whole versus battles that's been going on since
Yes,
this pandemic, because it's been taking us back down memory lane forever and ever.
yes, yes, and it
So,
also goes to
man,
show you that you cannot complain about nobody putting you on their platform. You create your own. So shout out to Swiss and Tim for doing that. Shout out, like I honestly, I don't know what y'all can do to top this battle unless y'all brought Michael Jackson and Prince back from the dead. Like I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have no
now
clue
that'll
what you
be
could do.
epic.
Like if y'all
This
did
is
that, now the
man.
now the battle now the battle I want to see, and we're gonna move on. The battle I want to see, and it's true, it's it and it can be so many different songs. That battle would be like 5 hours, would be a New Editions versus, because they could do a versus between each other, from New Edition hits to BBD hits to Johnny Gill to Ralph
And
Tresvant
to
to Bobby
to
Brown, like
Bobby
all
Brown.
they, they,
Yeah,
they, they have solo, they have a group with inside a group, like that's like a whole event. So if y'all could get all other New Edition members to do it, like nobody versus them. Like you don't need nobody else's versus them. Like you just need New Edition versus just New Edition. Cause if y'all could get that, then maybe. But after this Brandy and Monica, I don't know what y'all could do. Cause that one was too epic. Unless you brought Michael Jackson and Prince back from the dead, or unless R. Kelly got free, cause
ha!
nobody's touching his bag. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, but for everybody he wrote for and the hits he wrote himself, I don't know who's gonna touch his bag. But that's all I gotta say. Please don't cancel us because we mentioned R. Kelly. We just saying things. We saying what everybody thinking now. But yeah, that was that was epic, and it was the most epic battle, and it was just black girl magic. It was black joy. It was everything. So speaking of black joy, we're talking about why as black people we what might be normal for most is extraordinary to us in our community. And what we mean by that is, when we see that, like, for example, it's been announced that Tyler Perry has been named a billionaire by Forbes, and all of us is like, yes, that's what we talking about. And then white people might be like, oh, well, Bill Gates is a billionaire, and Trump, he wasn't a billionaire. He actually lied about a lot of stuff like he always does. But um Steve Jobs became a billionaire, and all these other people. So it might seem like it's not important, but it is, because us as black people, we go along the struggle with you. I remember when Tyler Perry's plays were being sold at Walgreens for $5.99. I remember when his plays, like, the bootleg man had his plays and they were selling them for like $1, and it really wasn't a thing, and it really wasn't a high production value. It was like one set and that was it. Or when he first started off doing television and everybody's like, I don't know if that's going to work, or why is he telling these stories. But now he owns his own movie studio, has accumulated money from plays, TV shows, movies, and so much more, and have given a lot of black actors and kept a lot of black actors employed and paid them their worth, and it's came back to him tenfold. So what might be normal to most is extraordinary to us as a community, and we're happy. It's not like none of us is getting $1 billion, but we're happy that somebody is reaching that plateau, that somebody is breaking a ceiling that I'm sure, as him as a homeless playwriter sleeping in his car, that he didn't think he was going to reach when he was doing the Chitlin circuit with his plays. And to me, that's extraordinary, and that has to be commended.
This, let me interject right here on this one. Um, not only the not only are we so proud that he is a billionaire, that he has reached that billionaire status, it's the simple fact that he still acknowledged us. He plain and simple said, I became a billionaire because black people, my people. I wrote stories and I told our stories of our people, of my people, and black people supported me and everything. A lot of these artists, a lot of these even some of these billionaires don't want to admit that majority of your consumers was black, even if you didn't tell our story, but because we still bought your product. Even some of these black um businesses and black artists really don't want to acknowledge that it was us that was buying their music and buying their art and buying their products and everything. So yo, I give it to I give it to them. I give it to them. That ass, I'll give it to Tyler Perry for the simple fact he made some good stuff. Even though, and good music, good movies, good plays. Even though people was talking about, oh, he must be gay because he dressing up as a woman. Baby, like he ain't act like he was like real feminine. Medea was a thug. I don't know
Really
about
a
y'all.
thug, a
Medea is
thug,
a
thug.
thug. And
And
Medea
I'm
is
and
in every family, every neighborhood.
every
Everybody know. Everybody can relate to him, and he did it. So, yo, Tyler Perry,
yeah,
shout out to you, black man. Keep it moving, keep it going, and don't and
yeah,
continue not to give a fuck.
and that's what I like again. making your own platform in your own lane, because a lot of people are a lot of times consumed with crossing over or reaching a broader audience. But he made money from staying in his lane and doing it his way. And most people's like, you can't, like, do black people have a lot of buying power. Like, we have a lot of buying power. And when we buy black, this is what can happen. When we support our own, this is what can happen. And he's never, like Queen said, he's never not acknowledged that black people put him here. He's never said, "Oh, I'm here because of my hard work and dedication." Like, no. And he's told some hard truths, and a lot of black people don't like it. Like, sometimes Tyler Perry would tell you about yourself real quick. And he would tell you in his movies. So that's why a lot of people don't like it when movies touch on the family molestation, and touch on the secrets that are kept, and touch on a lot of those things that us as a black community don't want to come out the closet about. That when he says it in his movies, and he does, and they're portrayed, we don't all the time like it, but it happens. And we're nuanced, we're funny, we're silly, we're dramatic. We believe in God, sometimes we don't believe in God, and he's speaking from the perspective of watching his mother. So you can't tell nobody how to tell their story. If you listen, if Tyler Perry's not your cup of tea, for every Tyler Perry there's a Spike Lee. That's all I gotta say about that one. So we have to just give it up and really understand what it's about. Spike did it his way. Ava DuVernay is doing it her way. And Tyler Perry is doing it his way. And you gotta respect it, and you gotta love it, and you gotta salute it. And that's why, as a community, we rally around. That's why we uphold Michael Jordan. That's why we love Michael Jackson, because these athletes were great. Michael Jackson is the biggest, most known, recognized entertainer on earth. That's why we go crazy for Beyonce. That's why we go crazy for Prince, because some of the biggest artists come from us, and we gotta support it. Because a lot of times when mainstream media, aka white media, jumps on the bandwagon, we've been walking with them since the underground, and that's real. Because when we see talent, we just see talent. Like, going back to the verses, now all these companies are like, dang, Brandy and Monica still can draw a crowd. Yes, we've been on that. Y'all just did.
Been known.
We've been on, like, we've been on. The verses didn't tell us nothing. Hell, if Brandy and Monica said, when this pandemic's over, we doing a worldwide tour, I will be there. Okay, whatever the money is, I will be there, and it will be a packed house. Hell, the last summer with the Millennium Tour with B2K and Pretty Wiki, and from our early 2000s and high school years, we were packed up in that thing. So understand that our superstars don't fall off. It's just that white media stopped shining the light on them. When the big corporations stop, when you stop seeing them on award shows, or you don't hear their music as much, no, just because radio was not playing their music doesn't mean their music is not out there. So that's why, support black artists, support black creatives, and just support black joy. So
Yep, because we need it.
we do.
I don't know about
And
y'all. We need it.
we do. And quick point of order. Black joy moves American culture. It does. Think about it. Commercials you see. If you might see Kevin Hart, you might see LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Serena Williams. You might see a Michael B. Jordan, a Zendaya. You might see all of them um in doing these commercials, and selling these products, and they being brand ambassadors on Instagram or on YouTube, and a lot of, and these clips are going viral of these black kids who are singing and dancing and all of that. It's because we move American culture. We do. Like, when I saw, like, my favorite internet clip is of a black boy when he said, they're like, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. It's that splat.
That's right.
It's that
It's that
splat.
stuff.
And us as black people, we know that swagger. You like, you better go on, baby boy. And then to see that now he's in an Invisalign commercial, it's beautiful. It's like all of us as black people, it's going viral because we know a kid in our family, a little cousin, our son, somebody, the little boy in the neighborhood, they talk just like that. That's where you know they've been hanging around their big brother or their uncle a little too long. And it is just like, it's just like that. And it moves America. It moves the culture. Like last week when the NBA players shut down the league, it was the players that shut down the league. There were young black men who was going to shut down $1 billion industry. We have that power. We've always had that power. We move the needle. We've been conditioned that all we are is labor and we're disposable. Oh no, you're not. You're not gonna replace a LeBron James. You're not gonna replace a Kawhi Leonard. You're not gonna replace a Giannis. You could say you will, but you won't. And that's why I say black joy moves the culture. Black people move the culture. Our music, our style, our taste. Like everybody, all those braids are ghetto or all those big butts are ghetto. But as soon as a Kardashian has those braids, or as soon as they get the big plump lips or the lifted up booties, we've been having that in the black community for years.
Say that. Now it's fashion. Now it's
When
beautiful.
yeah, when Beyonce put out in 2001, when she wrote the song Bootylicious, she came out with a word. Bootylicious. We've been bootylicious. Before it was thick, before it was slim, thick, it was bootylicious. And the word was created by a black woman. Do your research. And y'all was talking about her. Oh, she's too fat, or she's not appealing. Now everybody want to be thick, thick. So remind you, we might not be popular when it happens, but know that we move the culture and we make it happen. And that's real. But
All the way.
we got to get to some news and talk about some that just messed me up. Um, y'all can't see it because I'm not recording this episode for, to put out a video clip today. And but I got my Black Panther shirt on, y'all. I got my Black Panther shirt on because I needed to feel this man's spirit, and this shirt and his spirit and his body of work brought me so much joy. So, and he is the epitome of black boy joy in my opinion. Chadwick Aaron Boseman died this past August 28th. He was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer back in 2016. And then it progressed to stage 4. He was best known as an American actor for his roles as Jackie Robinson in 42. He played James Brown in Get On Up, Thurgood Marshall in Marshall, and Prince T'Challa in Black Panther. And when I saw this news, I was like, you lying. Like I was on Twitter and I saw it come down my timeline and I was like, wait, huh? The same Chadwick, like Black Panther T'Challa? And then I went to confirm it. I went to his Twitter page and the statement that was released. It's because you like how is this, like how do you know, like people make up stuff all the time, but this was real, y'all. And man, it was another blow for 2020 and another blow for the black community. Like we're trying to get up off the mat. We're trying, but then you just sucker punch us. It's like y'all, it's like 2020 comes off the ropes and go bah, stay down. So it was sad. And I just want, and what I mean by him being black boy joy was in 2018 when Black Panther was released. Man, what a time to be alive. Like I remember going to I went online and I got the tickets for opening weekend. I was like, I have to see it opening weekend. I'm not gonna let nobody spoil this for me. I'm not gonna let the memes come in. Like I have to see it opening weekend. I have to. I took my daughter. I was with my mom. I saw so many black people in African garbs. I saw people, like I saw white people coming. It was just so joyful and joyous to be in that space and to watch that movie and to see us in a regal light and to see a black man be king with a black woman as his love interest and had a black woman leading his military and seeing a black supervillain and him having a black mother as a queen and just all of the things to see Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita, to see Chadwick Boseman, all of them in the same film, to see Winston Duke, to see Sterling K. Brown, to see all of these images was so amazing. And man, well done, Chadwick. You gave us something. You gave our kids and the kids inside of us something. Cause I grew up, watching Spider-Man and Batman and Superman and growing up watching Power Rangers and seeing all of that stuff, but never really seeing a representation that looked like me. Like we had funny movies of superheroes, but like a live action Marvel, like up there with Iron Man and 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 with Captain America and with Aquaman, and just to see that on the screen and to do those numbers was amazing. And to see him, and a lot of times I didn't get, like, why would he pick those roles of like everybody's like, okay, it's a biopic, so I guess Chadwick gonna get it because he played James Brown in Thurgood Marshall and Jackie Robinson, and it was like, oh, he's definitely gonna get it. And but I after his death, I realized his purpose. His purpose was he chose roles that gave him integrity. He chose roles that reflected who he was as a man, as a graduate of Howard, as somebody as Denzel Washington and Felicia Rashad invested in him to go to Oxford and to get more classical training as a thespian, and for him to bring it back and his investment is to bring so much joy and to have black boys to have an image to look up to. And when my daughter found out that Black Panther died, she cried her eyes out because she was like, we were
Mhm.
supposed to get more Black Panther movies. So, man, rest in peace, Chadwick. Rest in peace. But Queen, how did you feel when you heard about Chad?
Well, first of all, when Black Panther came out, I was super hyped because they officially released it on my birthday. Yes. So your girl had to be extra on that day. Yes, I did.
You was very
I,
extra.
honey, I look like I stepped straight off the continent of Africa, off the coast, baby. I had made me some faux locks hair with all the beads and stuff and everything. African attire, beat my face like it was like I'm from Wakanda forever. That's how I did it because it was so, man, it was so beautiful. And you're
The
right. He
images.
he picked roles not only to show his integrity, but to show us how great we are. It's too many times have we seen our people and actresses and actors end up getting Oscars for really low, really degrading roles. Like you had Denzel got from Training Day, a corrupted cop, when he could have got the Oscar off of Glory, off of hell, off of Malcolm X, man.
He should have
Uh,
got it for that.
he
That he
should have
got
got it
robbed.
from that.
He got robbed. He
He
got
should
robbed
have
from
got it
Malcolm X.
from that.
But I digress. That's another show.
But it, he was for integrity. He had to make sure his career was about having a great representation of us. And like you said, when Black Panther came out, honey, you could never tell black people, oh baby, either you come out in African attire or cosplay. Baby, 87 looked like Zamunda. They came out with drums. They came out in African attire. They came out with all kinds of stuff. I was like, oh, we. Oh, people that they ain't never knew about no African attire or African culture was up in there. They knew that day. So it was beautiful. When I found out, woo, you called me, was like, girl, man, just throw 2020 away. I'm thinking, what else happened? Because it already some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Who rioting now? And you told me Chadwick was gone. I was done. I was like, no, no, no. We were supposed to do Black Panther 2. I'm with Layla. We're supposed to be doing Black Panther 2 because we got to show y'all got to show his relationship with Storm. So what up? What up? How we gonna do this? Man, it was heartbreaking, but thank you. But thank you, Chadwick, because you did. You left this earth and you completed your purpose and kept your integrity. You ain't
And
settled for just some low rate and degrading role. You got exactly and did exactly what you were supposed to do. And we are proud and we love you for it. We need more representation of it so we can see our greatness instead of what the media and what other people and what white people and other races see us as thugs or prostitutes or crackheads or drug addicts. No, we great. We great, boo. We great. And that brother did it
yes, we
for us.
are. Yeah, so Chadwick, we miss you. We love you. And one more thing I want to say is I know it's going to be hard, and I don't want to see nobody else beat T'Challa, but we do need the franchise to continue. We do. So Disney, Marvel, whatever you got to do to work it out, however the cast has to do to grieve and to honor his legacy, because I don't think he would want that to die. He died, but he wouldn't want that to die with him, because he do you guys realize what he fought through for 4 years while shooting Civil War and Endgame and the Avengers and Black Panther and Marshall and the Five Bloods and other projects that haven't even been released yet. Like, we have to continue, and this also goes to show, yo, don't talk about nobody because you don't know what they go through. We saw the weight loss and people would drag, oh, what is he on, what's he smoking? Y'all don't know that man was dying. He kept that to himself because he wanted us to remember him for who he was and not what he was living with, for what he was doing, the roles he was playing, the trail that he was blazing. He was supposed to be around like Denzel. He was supposed to be around like Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte. He was from that lineage. He was from that tree. So that is what I have to say. Like our parents used to say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So y'all being funny and want to make memes and want to make jokes, I know a lot of y'all feel real bad. I just thought he was such a great actor. I wasn't even thinking he was sick. I thought he was losing weight for a role. I thought he was getting into character. I thought he was like, yo, as soon as quarantine is over, I have to make sure my body weight stays a certain way so I can stay in character, because I don't want to keep losing and not. So the way he fought with that, going through chemo, going through multiple surgeries, that goes to show you whatever you complain about that you can't do, shut up. A man was living with cancer and doing live action Marvel movies, having call times at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, pulling 16, 18-hour days. So
And
push
his own
past
son.
and his own stuff. And it also goes to show you what having a good team around you and not having a bunch of blabbermouths would do. Nobody knew. When the news hit, we was like, what? When? He never said he. Nobody ever said a word. So keep Your circle tight, and they will respect you. A doctor didn't say nothing. An executive didn't say nothing. A family member didn't leak it. Nobody said anything. And that's the way it should be. We're not owed anything. Everybody's like, man, I wish he would have said something. He could have been an advocate. Maybe he didn't want to be an advocate for colon cancer. He didn't want to be a face for colon cancer. Maybe he just wanted to be an actor. And he wanted to not be defined by his disease and his sickness, but he wanted to be defined by his work as an actor. He worked his whole life to become an actor. He didn't work his whole life to become an advocate for colon cancer. But that goes to show you, black men, please get your checkups. Please. Please get your colonoscopies. Please get your prostate exams. We need you, black men. Please get your yearly checkups. And that's real. So, before we wrap this thing up, one thing I want to say is, how do we keep this black joy alive, even dealing with the black death and living in America? I know we just talked about, we had the Black Mamba and the Black Panther die the same year. We've had, so many things happen. Bill Withers and some of our soul singers and our legends. Like, we just have to keep this black joy alive. So if anybody say you being extra or you doing too much, we need it. So play you a video game. Do what I've been doing all weekend. I've been binge watching Sister Sister on Netflix. Taking me back to my childhood, man. And I've loved every moment of it. Play a game. If you a big kid, go to a water park as an adult with your kids. Let them experience black joy, and don't put your black trauma on your kids. Let them enjoy it. Let them do their TikToks. Let them, watch their silly slime videos on YouTube. It might be different from what we experienced, but let them live within their childhood. Let them grow. Let them experience and let them flourish. And that's how we can keep black joy. We need black girl magic. We need black boy joy. So all my black girls and black boys and black men and black women, let's be joyful. Let's sing our hearts out. Let's dance our hearts out. Let's enjoy cooking those soul food dinners. Let's be healthy now. Maybe we don't get the ham hocks. Maybe we get the smoked turkey leg, okay? But still cook the greens, okay? And last but not least, raisins do not go in potato salad, okay? Okay? All right, my white brothers and
Ever.
sisters? That don't happen, okay? And we don't use white cheddar for macaroni. We don't, okay? It's the yellow cheese,
Don't do that
okay?
no
The
more.
yellow
Don't do that no more.
cheese. The yellow cheese, okay? Okay? Queen Alexis, you agree? Right?
I
Okay.
agree. I agree.
Okay. Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Cause yeah. Hmm.
No raisins. No raisins. No raisins. No raisins don't go in greens. Raisins don't go in potato salad. Okay?
No,
All right.
don't do that.
Just understand that. Stop trying to make everything healthy, okay? Some things are just not going to be healthy. All right? That's all I want to say to you. Let us have our black food. Stop gentrifying our Thanksgivings. Stop gentrifying the black. Stop gentrifying the potluck, okay? Stop it.
Quit it.
And and again, Chadwick Boseman, is this your king? Yes, he is, and he always will be. Wakanda
Yeah.
forever. So before we get out of here, I have what you're not gonna do for this week. So what you're not gonna do is Louisville Police Department. What you're not gonna do is offer a plea deal to Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend to make her a co-defendant in a drug trafficking case, so you can justify the murder of this young woman. What you not gonna
Man.
do, Kenosha Police Department, is say that Jacob Blake had a knife when he didn't, to justify shooting him 7 times in the back and leaving him paralyzed. What you not gonna do, Minnesota PD, is say that George Floyd possibly had respiratory problems or he had drugs in his system. when he was walking around completely fine just before. Okay? And but you act like a knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds doesn't play a part. So police departments all around the world, what you're not gonna do is try to justify these murders of black bodies with turning them into criminals instead of having them be victims. Cause we're not going. We're not. And shouts out to Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend for being a true one, being a real one, and not taking that plea deal and being a stand-up guy. Salute to you, brother. Salute. Because you could have easily took that plea and tried to tarnish her name, but you hadn't. How a criminal has more integrity than the police department? That's crazy. So what you not gonna do is try to justify these murders of our black brothers and sisters. And that's all I gotta say. That's what you're not gonna do. You feel me? And our final thoughts on Black Girl Magic and Black Boy Joy is keep living, y'all. Keep dancing, keep singing, keep doing all you doing because we need it. Keep up with the funny content. Keep making the crazy videos. And me and Queen Alexa's gonna be right here giving you this Redline podcast. So you can have some Black Girl Magic every Thursday. You dig?
Forever, baby.
We ain't going nowhere. And oh yeah, by the way, everybody in Chicago who all of a sudden wants to start a podcast now, good luck. Welcome. Welcome. Hi. We love you. We love you. Matter of fact, come on the show. We support Black creators. So come on the show. Support us. Support those who support you. But if you're going to send me an invite to support your podcast, could you please support mine as well? That's all I'm saying, an even exchange. That's all I gotta say.
Support you.
But I'm not gonna be petty. That's Queen Alexa's job.
I'm
just gonna keep it right there. I'm gonna keep it right there. I'm gonna keep it right there. You hear me? You hear me? So as we pull into the 95th Street station, please grab all your belongings and exit. This is as far as this train will go as you head up the stairs, elevator, or escalator and head to your next destination. We want to thank you for riding the Redline with us. Please come back next Thursday and every Thursday right here, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on TalkShoeRadio.com. Once again, our number is 717-734-6904. Show ID 5'11", 65, 19 pounds. Join the conversation. Let us know what you think. You can also check us out on our YouTube page, the Redline Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe and turn on those post notifications for all upcoming videos and episodes. Also, we're on Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher Podcasts. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell some more friends to like and follow our Facebook page for all upcoming events and show topics. Also, if you're interested in promoting your event or your business or any other business inquiries and to contact me and Queen Alexis, please email us at redlinepodcast2020@gmail.com. You can follow me on Facebook at Nelly Swag09 as well as shoot me a friend request on my personal page, Charnel Nelly Logan. You can follow me on Instagram at Nelly Swag09 as well as on Twitter at Nelly Swag09. And just to keep up with me, tell me what you think of the show. And please support us on these platforms. Subscribe, follow, leave us reviews to let us know what you like, what you don't like, and what more we have coming for you. This show does not happen without you guys. For your support, your streams, and everything that you do for us so far. We appreciate you. We love you. And Queen Alexis, tell them what you got coming up and where they can find you at and catch you at.
Well, as usual, I'm here 3 times a week on Talk Shoe Radio, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And we got coming up on this Saturday, the Bad Hatter podcast hosted by myself, my boy Devontae Davis, and my girl Mavis Davis. And we're going to be having a comedic roast on certain headline topics. Yeah, there's been headlines in the news and in the media that is just in joke form. So we just gonna continue this joy and just completely roast some of these stories and everything. If y'all too sensitive and be like, you shouldn't be roasting about that, don't tune in. Anyway, because some of this stuff is hilarious. Like, for example, just let you know, we're gonna be roasting about the simple fact that why is veteran porn star Ron Jeremy is in jail for sexual assault. See, right there. We gotta figure out what that's about and everything and just talk about it. But we're gonna talk about a whole lot of stuff and just give a little joy, give a little laughter and everything, just to finish out this week of peace and everything. And you can find me on Instagram, Queen underscore Alexis 1990, Facebook under my regular page, Alexis Sherelle Owens. My fan page, Queen Alexis, man, and you'll see all of these platforms on here. We just having a wonderful time. Also, you can find me on TikTok. Yep, I'm on TikTok. I'll be promoting and I'll be doing stuff too and everything because it's fun and it brings me joy and I'm happy about it. So, hey, join me there. You can find me, yeah, everywhere right now, but this is where y'all can find me, and y'all tune in every Thursday night at 7 o'clock for the Redline podcast, every Saturday night at 8 p.m. for the Mad Hatter, and every Tuesday night for the Madam Queen's Court open mic. Man, yeah, that's it. That's where y'all can find me.
Well, thank you, Queen. And we want to thank you guys as well for just continuing to support us, continue to have these numbers go up. We are over 400 downloads right here on TalkShoeRadio.com. Thank you so much. We had this is our 16th episode, guys. 16th. Statistics show that podcasts normally don't go past the first 5 episodes. So to be 16 deep in is just amazing through a pandemic, through e-learning, through being parents, through being trying to cultivate this content for you guys. So we really appreciate it. And we do not take your support, your love, your likes, your shares, your comments for granted at all. And we know without y'all, this is not possible. So we thank you. So thank you again for riding the red line with us this week. And we'll be back next Thursday and every Thursday right here on TalkShoeRadio.com. Peace and blessings. And oh, yeah, don't forget to arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor, arrest the cops that shot Jacob Blake, who killed Elijah McClain, and so many more. No peace, no justice. And no justice, no peace. We love all of y'all. We gone. And black lives will forever matter. And keep up the black boy joy and the black girl magic. We gone.